Welcome to Nelson Math Focus 6 podcast. These podcasts are created by me, Mr. Burko, for St. John Fine Arts School. Our grade 6 students can use them to study and prepare for their next day's lessons. This is the lesson for Chapter 5, Getting Started, and Chapter 5 is all about motion geometry. On page 147 in the motion geometry chapter, there are 4 questions that are asking students to tell what they think. They ask you to agree or disagree with each statement and then explain why you think that. So we're going to take a look at question number 1. The statement is triangle ABC is reflected on a grid. Here you see triangle ABC on our grid. The pink edge, which is here on the left-hand side, will always be located along a vertical grid line. Now, do you agree with that or disagree? If I were to reflect this through a mirror, if I were to reflect this shape, would this line always be on a vertical line? Now, of course, vertical is top to bottom or bottom to top. Horizontal is side to side. And of course, you'll see if we place a mirror in between and the mirror is parallel with this pink line and we reflect it, then you will see that it is vertical. But there are cases where it's not necessarily so. If we were to place the mirror here diagonally, then that would change things and we would have our ABC prime triangle here with a pink line here that is not vertical, it is horizontal. Question 2 statement says, the red triangle can be moved to cover the green triangle using one transformation. You'll see here that we can actually move this one, and what we want to do is we want to place this triangle over on top of this one, but just transforming it in one way. Now if you think about that for a second, you can rotate your red triangle and it will cover up that green triangle, and that is considered one transformation. Question 3 asks you to use a ruler to reflect the black line across the red line of reflection. So we have a line here and we want to reflect it here, but we don't want to just use a mirror or just use our head. We want to use a ruler to make it happen. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure that distance from A to the red line. I'll see that that's 2 centimeters. I will take 2 centimeters of distance on the other side of the mirror and make a dot there. That will become A prime. Down below, we notice that there's 1 centimeter of distance between B and the mirror line. And what we're going to do is create a 1 centimeter dot away from that mirror line on the opposite end. Then all we need to do is design a line that goes from dot to dot, and that's a perfect reflection of what we had on the other side. Question 4 statement is, there is only one translation that can be used to move the blue triangle to the position of the red triangle. So I want you to think about that for a second. Can we move this triangle over to the red triangle by just translating it in one way? And of course you'll see that we can move it over 1, but then we have to move it up 1 to match it up with that red triangle, and then we have to move it over 2 more. So there's not just one translation, but many translations are required in order to get our blue triangle to be in the same spot as our red triangle. And that's it for today's lesson, Chapter 5, Getting Started, for Nelson Math Focus. Thank you for joining me.